Yo, welcome to the Nerdy Soul, where we do shoes and board game reviews. My name is Chris, the Geek in Sneaks, and today we're going to be talking about the haul I got at GenCon 2024. And I gotta say, it's quite the haul. I got too many games. I wasn't just shopping for myself, though. I was shopping for other people, some friends that couldn't attend, so forgive me. But I'm really excited to walk through all the games I got, kind of show you what I was able to pick up. Some games I got as a gift from publishers. A lot of games I bought myself. I did have some ways to mitigate some of my spending. And before we do any of this stuff, I just want to make sure that I preface that it's important when you go to conventions, these board game conventions, that you budget accordingly. I budgeted accordingly to buy certain games, and I had a flex budget. So make sure that you do that. Don't just go buy games just because you see them and you want them. But this is going to be a pretty relaxed video. We're just going to be pulling out the games that I was able to pick up, things that I'm excited about, and kind of walk through my huge haul of games. And yeah, I'm just really excited. Thank you for being here. And I'm also going to be doing this while I'm watching some soccer. MLS is on, and this is kind of my favorite thing to do, talk about board games, got soccer on, and I'm in a happy place right now. So let's just dive right in. This was my third Gen Con to go to. I was able to go with two friends of mine who are really close. They live in Nashville, I'm in Memphis, and this was their first Gen Con. It was very overwhelming for them at first, but I was able to kind of guide them around. We got a lot of really good demos. They picked up some games. They're not really board gamers, so the fact that they went to Gen Con, which is the biggest one, was kind of shocking to me, but they had a blast. We had such a good time playing games together, just kicking it. I was demoing some of the games that I'm developing. I had a lot of meetings that I was doing as well with manufacturers, distributors, marketing. So it was a great Gen Con, but I know you're here for the games, so let's get into them. The first thing from my Gen Con haul I got to talk about is this hat here, this Moonraker's hat that my boy Austin hooked me up with at IV Studios. They've got to be probably my favorite publisher right now. Between them, Keymaster, Pandasaurus, Stonemaier, those are probably my top ones. I'm sure I'm missing some right now, but I just love the games they put out. I love their attention to detail, not just with graphic design, but with gameplay. I didn't pick up anything at their booth this year because I own pretty much all their games. So you can see Fractured Sky behind me, one of my favorite games of the year. So we're going to start with small box games because those are the ones on top, and we'll work our way down. But let me know what you got in the comments for Gen Con. Let me know what you might want me to do some coverage on in the channel throughout. I've got plenty of games to do coverage on, so it won't be a problem. So yeah, let's start here with this game. This game is called Odin. Now I've got two of them because I liked it so much and it was very cheap. This is from Helvetic Games. I don't know, I haven't heard of them, but I got to demo it in the miniature market booth, and I loved the way this game looked. I have my own game called Kraken Skulls that I develop, and I do artwork and illustration, and I love that minimalistic style of art. And this has a really cool mechanic in it where it's basically you're just trying to do trump cards. And so you start off, whoever's the first player plays one card, let's say it's a 3. The next player goes, they play 2 cards, but it's got to be equally more than a 3. So let's say you play a 1 and a 2. Well, you make it the biggest it can get, all right? And so that'll be 2-1, which is 21. And so then the third player's got to play 3 cards, and it's got to be larger than that. Okay, so they play, 4, 5, and 6. So that would be 654. And so you're just trying to get rid of all the cards in your hand, but every time you play a card, you have to pick up a card from the previous stack that you just played above. So you're shedding cards and you're gaining cards. And you're just trying to get rid of all your cards. And it plays 2 to 6. It looks really great. I love the art. And I picked up 2 copies because I was buying a game for my friend Chris, who I think would also like this game as well. So that is Odin. Really excited to get that on the table. The next game, let's just do this one here. I picked up Distilled Cast Strength. This is from Paverson Games, Dave Beck. I love Distilled. It is such an awesome game. This is just a little mini expansion, and I believe that it adds a touch more complexity and variety to the game. 4 parts, new distillery upgrades, special flavors, premium ingredients. So we play this game. We don't even care about winning, honestly. We both love whiskey. I've got a whiskey rack over here to the left. I'll throw some B-roll in so you can kind of see my collection. I also have done a lot of whiskey bottle designs. I'm a graphic designer, branding guy by trade. And so Distilled is a hit for us. We loved it. And we just play to make the coolest combinations of whiskeys. So he asked me to pick this up for him, and I can't wait to play with him. It's gonna be great. This next one is Things and Rings. Now, this one was a gift from Allplay. Shout out to them. They make some amazing games. They're another one of my favorite publishers out right now. I have seen this demoed. I got to watch it a little bit. I haven't got a chance to play it. I know that there are a lot of things in this game, obviously, and you're trying to put them into rings, obviously. So I believe you're trying to put things into the circle so that way you can get them out. It was really popular at the convention. They have a great booth at Allplay where they demo. And so the art looks really fun. And I mean, who doesn't love Venn diagrams? So I am really excited about this. I need to learn how to play it and can't wait to get it to the table soon. One of the next games I got is called Flip 7. Now, this was a promotional game that the Op was handing out. I did pick up another game from the Op that I'll show later, and they were able to give this to me as a promotion. Now, I think this is one of their new ones. It looks really cool. I don't know anything about it, didn't hear about it at the convention, or didn't hear about it till the convention. But it says you're among the lucky few to receive a promotional copy of the greatest card game of all time, aka Flip 7. That's pretty cool. I love what the Op does with their games. And it obviously says promotional edition, so, you know, here's your sign. But I don't know much about this game, but I think it's a really simple card game, and I'm really excited to try this out. Card games are easy to get to the table with friend groups. They're easy to just play really fast, and so I'm sure this will hit the table pretty soon. And I love the foil on the box. Great production. The next game let's talk about is Alpina. Now, this is another one from Helvetic. This logo kind of looks different the way that it's laid out than Odin, but it's from the same publisher. Also picked up at the Allplay booth. I demoed them both there. And this looks really fun and cute. I love the art. And in this game, basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to have it's tile laying and sort of area control mixed in. And so you have these sort of people meeples, and on your turn, you're laying out different combinations of animals. So you lay an animal down and you can play a meeple on it. And according to the column and row that it's in, it can score different points, or things that's adjacent to or diagonal to, or just if the people you're playing with, if they've laid a person on one of their animals that correlates to what you're trying to score for your animal, you get points. And so it's a pretty simple game, but this is another one I got from my friend Chris. He likes tile laying games, him and his wife, and so I wanted to make sure to get him something that was pretty cute. They're big fans of Cascadia, so figured this would be a good hit for them, and I enjoyed the demo of it. And yeah, that's Alpina. Another one that I picked up is Confusing Lands. Now, Confusing Lands was a big hit at the convention. This is from Envy Born Games, and I know Matt over there, what a great dude, and he puts out some really creative games. Got another game, Kalahari, coming out to Kickstarter soon, and that looks incredible. I cannot wait for that. I am super excited about Kalahari. But Confusing Lands, it plays solo, which I'm really into right now. And here's a little bit of the back of the box, if you can see that. Let's see if I can make sure that is clear. Yeah, so, well, you can't really see too much of it. That's fine. I'm really excited about the way that this plays, and it's another tile laying game. You're getting some scoring conditions, and it's easy to play and pick up. So art's also cool. It's floating islands. Who wouldn't like that? So let's talk about this next game. This next game is Contra Banter, and Contra Banter is a pretty fun little game. I got a chance to demo it at GenCon. I really liked the way this game played. I liked a lot about it. Basically, this game is from Skybound Tabletop, and it's a party game. And you separate into teams, and you're trying to smuggle words into your sentences. So you have like a 90 seconds or 60 seconds or something where you basically have 3 to 4 words in front of you, and you have to sneak them into your conversation with your team. The other team is trying to figure out what your words are. So let's say your word is, they say like clump on here, or survive. Let's say your word is survive. You might say like, hey, have you seen the latest episode of Survival? And you'll be like, oh yeah, I clump all those episodes together in one when I watch them. And then the other team might be like, hey, stop. Is your word clump, or is your word survival? And if they guess your word, then they get a point. Points don't really matter in these kind of games, in my opinion, but it's super fun to try to guess what people are saying. And it comes with a cool promo card that is Badge and Meeple. So you can't really go wrong there. That's Contra Banter. The next small game I was able to pick up is Lure, and this is from Allplay. Now, I did purchase this one from Allplay. I loved demoing this game. I cannot wait to play this. This looks so fun. I will literally just play this alone because you go fishing alone sometimes. And so Lure is a really cool game. I think that I'm just going to have a blast with it. Basically, in this game, what you're trying to do is you're trying to catch fish. I mean, pretty simple. You've got dice that you're using, and everyone's got their own set of custom dice, and you've got different shapes with different values. And you have D8, D6, D4. In the promo pack, you have a D4. And you put out 3 fish, and you basically bet the dice that you want to try to catch any of those fish. And so some fish have different requirements. So this fish might say that you need a 17 or higher of the dice you roll, and one of those dice has to be a 1, and the other one has to be a 3, but you still have to equal over 17. So you bet, everyone bets how many dice they want to do, they reveal. Whoever bet the least amount will then go first and go down from there. And then you roll your dice. If you get it, you catch the fish. Multiple, like your set of dice can catch multiple sets of fish. So if you satisfy it, you can catch the fish, and then it goes down from there. If fish are left uncaught, they stay on the board, and you keep going until all the fish have been kind of gone through, and then you just tally up your points at the end. I love fishing. I grew up fishing with friends, and so a dice game about fishing, I didn't even need to know how to play it when I picked it up. I just bought it. Just straight up bought it. So when I played it, I loved it even more. That's Lure. Cannot wait to play that game. Super excited about it. All right, let's talk about this one. So this is Sardinia. I'm not sure how to say it. That's my Mississippi accent coming out. And so this was a new release for GenCon from Play It. Crafty, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce every publisher's name, but I saw this and it's really cool because the box is actually the board, and so you unfold it and it creates the layout, the island. And so this has got some area control, some light area control, and some card play. And so while you're setting out these different your different meeples out and your wooden figures, they correlate to different cards in your hand. So you play those cards to kind of take area control over certain parts and to score different points. You pick, some people pick when to score, and then you score immediately, then you kind of get your cards back. And it just looked really cool, and I love the art style. It's kind of similar to the art style that I did for my game Cracking Skulls, and so that immediately drew me to it. I loved how the box is also the board. I love innovation like that. And it was a pre-release at GenCon. So excited to give this a whirl, and it looks really, really cool. The next game is Parks, Roll, and Hike. And so this one is from Keymaster, Henry Audubon. It's my good pal Henry. And this was one of probably, I'd have to say, top 5 have to pick up at Gen Con. I knew they would have tons of copies, so I wasn't really worried about it. So I didn't have to rush over there. But I love Parks. I love Keymaster. I will almost buy anything Keymaster puts out because it was started by people that love graphic design. I heard them at a design conference, and ever since I've been all about it. Their branding, their graphic design, and all their boxes are great. I mean, look at the way everything's laid out and so nice and clean. And Henry is an incredible game designer. Incredible game designer. Cosmoctopus, obviously Parks, I mean, Defenders of the Wild, Flow, like he's got everything. He does everything. He does it all. Yeah, he's incredible. So I can't wait to play this. I got a chance to look at it. I didn't get a chance to demo it, but I didn't need to know. I didn't need to know. It's Henry, it's Keymaster. I'm all in. Take my money every time. All right, let's talk about the next. I'm running out of small box games here. Okay. All right, I'll save those. Let's go over here. So this is Beacon Patrol, Ships and Shores. And so I picked this up because we love Beacon Patrol. We love it. We love Beacon Patrol. And my friend Nick he loves Beacon Patrol. We have very different ways of playing. He likes to, maximize scoring, which is what you're supposed to do. I love just to have a good time. So I'm out there, just exploring, creating circles, getting myself trapped, and he's, scoring a ton of points, and it's really funny. But he always wants to play Beacon Patrol, so I picked this up for him, and I have a copy myself. But this gives asymmetry to the different ship colors and adds some more tiles and some scoring mechanics. And so this is going to be a hit for us. I already know it. Pandasaurus, another one of those publishers that I love. Here's a look at the back of the box. And so it's really, really exciting. I can't wait to get this to the table. I'm sure it will literally be the first thing that we play because Nick loves Beacon Patrol, even though he likes to quarterback sometimes. Don't tell him I said that. Okay, let's talk about this. I'm running out of small games. About to get into the big stuff. All right, so Taple 10, I guess. This was another promotional game from the op that they gave to me when I bought the game from the op that I purchased. And so I have played Taple. It was a big hit. It's a nice party game where you're just trying to name as much stuff as possible. This is a small box version of it. It looks super fun. I mean, Taple's a great game just to have with family and friends, so I'm sure this is going to be a hit. I'm actually really excited about this because it's a good way to get people into the game scene instead of like always playing Uno or pretty much spades, or I love spades, but just the classics that everyone's into. You can kind of creep them into more different games and say, hey, look, there's other games out there, So really excited about Taple 10. Appreciate the op passing out promo copies. All right, so getting a little bit bigger here, but this is Pat's Quado from the Testable Games, and so this looks super, super cute. I cannot wait to play this game. This is based off of the Day of the Dead, I believe, and I saw this on the table and I had to pick it up, and I got a little demo of it. It didn't take much of a demo to sell me though. I mean, you've got little meeples carrying around boxes, and you're basically just trying to create the coolest altar. And so you're moving a meeple around, you're gaining cards, and you're building up sort of a pyramid-esque thing. You start with 4, then 3, then 2, and you're trying to score the most points. Set collection, really simple. If you like Disney movies and you're really into Coco and stuff, I feel like this is just gonna hit for you. 25 minutes, plays 8 and up, 2 to 4. So I mean, it just looks fantastic. It literally looks like a Pixar movie in a box. So can't wait for that. Can't wait for that game. Okay, let's talk about Habitats. So picked up Habitats. This was another one as a gift from Allplay, BoardGameTables.com, formerly that. And Habitats is a pretty cool looking game. It's another tile laying game similar to Alpina that I was talking about earlier. You've kind of got a Jeep that you kind of move around. You can kind of sort of area control and prioritize different tiles that you want to get to score for yourself. It's got a really cool bag that comes with it. I mean, I've heard a lot about this game. I haven't got a chance to play it myself, but it looks great. Allplay is fantastic, and it's got some heft to it. Like it's got weight to it. So shout out to them for putting a lot in it. Plays solo as well, which I love. That's gonna be great. So Habitats, I've heard so much about it, and since I can't get harmonies right now because it's just sold out everywhere, I have played it. It's fantastic. Habitats will have to do it. So, all right, we're kind of getting into some bigger boxes here. Let's talk about another Allplay game called Bites. So Bites is, you can tell Allplay does this thing where all their boxes are the same size, which is pretty cool. I love the way they do that. I'm probably gonna steal that idea from them for my publishing company. So thank you, Allplay. But Bites is pretty cool. It's got these amazing components in the back of it. I don't know if the box is going to show you too much from it, but it's pretty neat. I believe you're sort of creating a trail, and you're gaining different bites of food until you get to the mound, and you don't really know what the mound is going to score until you get there. And so my friend from Allplay, his name is also Chris. I just collect Chris's as friends. His name is actually, it's very similar to mine, and so we got to hit it off a lot. But he recommended this game big time to me, and so I trust him. I'm gonna play this soon, and I can't wait to play it. It says 2 players, but I'll probably try it out solo just to learn it before introducing it to people. That's kind of what I try to do, play two-handed. But that's Bites, and every one of these games I'm super excited about. They all just pop, they just pop. All right, so let's talk about this game. This is Comic Hunters. So Comic Hunters was the big game release at the convention, or one of the few big game releases. And this was originally a Brazilian, it was published in Brazil and made its way over here to the US. And people would buy it in Portuguese and then translate it and everything. But you can easily get this. You don't have to go to GenCon to get it. You can get it from Barnes & Noble. I was super excited to pick it up from Spin Master, and I'm a huge Marvel nerd. I got a ton of comics, so this was just a must for me. I had to do it. I'm a big Spider-Man guy, so yeah. And you can solo it. I mean, look at this. This is just right up my alley. I don't know a ton about it, but I know that Mike over at the Dice Tower liked it a lot, and so yeah. Really excited about Comic Hunters. Okay, we're getting into bigger boxes. This next one, Captain Flip. Now this was a big one for the convention too. I'm gonna move some stuff around because I don't want to block the game I'm talking about. So this was a big one at the convention. Sorry, my mic fell. In real life, you were just going. So Captain Flip is pretty cool. I saw some video reviews on it. I got a little demo of it. It's got different boards, and it's pretty easy to play, so it's pretty family friendly. And what I like about Captain Flip is that you pick a board, and then every turn it's pretty simple. You pick a tile and you choose to keep what you picked, or you flip it over. And if you flip it over, it's got money on it, or it's got some other kind of scoring condition on it. And so that's kind of how once you place it, and everyone's board is different. Everyone's got a different ship with different tile placement criteria or layout options. So if you have a family, I think this will play really well. I think it plays in 20 minutes, it says. So I think this is going to be great. They were giving out a promo of a Kraken. Look at this. Come on now. Come on. Let's go. This is dope. Yeah. My game that I developed was called Kraken Skulls, and it's a pirate game, a lot of dice. So you give me a game with a Kraken, I'm in. Captain Flip. Super pumped about that game. Super pumped. Okay. Getting all jazzed up. All right. let's talk about this, Decorum moving out. I am so excited about this game. Now, this was another game as a gift from my friend Chris. Him and his wife and his brother-in-law and sister-in-law, they love Decorum. Now, I also own Decorum. I don't get a chance to play it as much, but they love it. They played through so many different scenarios. This is an expansion to Decorum. I got to introduce my friends to Decorum while we were at GenCon, and they loved it. They liked it so much they bought it there. And Floodgate is another one of my favorite publishers. They just do great stuff. Skyrockets, kites, they're great. And so this is just a 2-player expansion though. You can't play more than 2, but it's cool because you have like this little car, and you're not only are you trying to passive aggressively trying to move into the home, but you're trying to move out, and you've kind of got these like bubble wrap things in it too, where you're trying to put things in bubble wrap. I don't know, Decorum is just so good. So this is gonna be a big hit, I know, with them, and I'm excited to play it. Chris and I have also lived together, so this will be a good one for us to play as well. I'm gonna move this over here because it's a lot of games. It's a lot of games. We're about to get into the big box games, so let's go back to Allplay. River Valley Glassworks. This was a game that I thought about backing on Kickstarter, but I knew I would get it at GenCon. I didn't need a deluxe version. It was pretty expensive for the deluxe version, and it plays super fast, so I couldn't justify spending that much money for the deluxe, for me. But I love the look of this game. Andrew Bosley always kills it, and the deluxe is pretty cool because you have sort of like these plastic things on top of the river, and it just adds a whole nother dynamic element to it. But you still get the really cool components. Let me put this up here so you can kind of see a little bit of the art. All right, look at the back. I mean, Bosley, dude. Come on, man. Why are you killing the game like this? Seriously, it's great. Okay, so in River Valley Glassworks, you put out glass into the river and it flows down, and you get to draft it. All right, so you draft a section of the river. You get to then lay that into your board, and then you score that board at the end of the game. All right, so you can kind of see that here. And I think that's such a cool mechanic. These simple games that can play in 25 minutes that add a lot of dynamic, decision making, they're just great. So Allplay continues to kill the game. They continue to do well. And again, love how the box is all the same. It's going to look right on the shelf. I don't got much shelf room. There's shelves over here. So some rearranging is going to have to happen. It's going to be complicated. Okay. Let's go over to Capstone Games in Tangram City. Now, Tangram City is a game that I've been thinking about picking up for a while. It's a cool sort of tile-laying game as well. And it's beautiful. Uwe Rosenberg, great designer. The art is fantastic in this game. And so it plays pretty quick. I guess this doesn't tell you much. I mean, you can kind of see a little bit there, but you've got this board and you're basically just trying to build out a city, and everyone's going to draw the same tile every time. And so you reveal a card and everyone gets that tile, and they get to build their city out simultaneously using the same tiles. And so you get to decide, do you want it to be the dark side or the green side? And you just kind of build it out and score it. That's about all I got, but looks really great. Solo play. I've been thinking about picking it up for a while. I almost picked it up at Geekway to the West in St. Louis. I didn't, and I couldn't resist. I kept seeing it everywhere I went. Origins, Geekway. I had to buy it. I had to get it. It's too good. Looks too good. Okay, we're gonna go over to Scorpion Mask and Hachette. So this is called Festival. Now, I didn't know much about this game. I just saw that it was fireworks, and it's Hachette, and it's Scorpion Mask, who did Sky Team. And that's all I need to know. That's all I needed to know. It was on my must get, and I know that the Hachette booth is slammed every convention I went, so I literally went almost straight there and bought this. And I just said, this is a must buy for me. And I literally don't know much about the game. I just know that I like the look of it. I love fireworks. Did any of y'all shoot fireworks at each other growing up, like bottle rockets? That's what we did. I I feel like that's definitely illegal and dangerous, but you know, when you're a grown-up Mississippi, you ain't got much to do. So it's tile placement, it's fireworks, scoring. Fantastic. Don't need to know much else. Can't wait to play it. And yeah, festival. All right, we got a lot of Allplay here. I missed a small box. We're going back to Allplay for Ghosts of Christmas. This is a trick-taking game. Appreciate them hooking me up with this. I've always wanted to play this, but you have to play 3 to 4 players, which is really difficult to manage. You know, you have to be like, hey, we got to have a full group here to play this. But I'm designing my own Christmas game called Holiday Hills. And so I was doing research on Christmas games out there, and I saw this, and I was like, I want to play it, but it takes 3 to play, so not right now. But I like I actually don't like trick-taking games that much, but I've gotten into it. It's hard for my brain for it to click, but I've started to learn it well enough, and I started liking them now, you know? So I'm actually really excited about this. The components look great. The art is awesome. It's Christmas. Come on. What's not to like? We are going to go over here. Boop, boop, boop the halls. I'm going to get some flack for doing that from my friends that watch this video. Okay, so boop the halls. This Boop is great. I mean, Boop is a fantastic game. The base game is awesome. Then you had Boop, which was the Halloween version, and now we have Boop the Halls. And this was a big game at GenCon. Really hard to get your hands on it. I was able to not only get my hands on it, but I was able to get Scott Brady, my guy Scott, to sign it. Got to say hello to him and congrats to him and all his success. This game is freaking awesome. It's basically like chess, but with cats and cuteness. And it is pretty cute. And also very strategic. It's 2-player only. This is got a tree that you're booping all on. Which again, awesome. It's just fantastic. So I'm really excited to play this one. You know, it says a deceptively cute, deceivingly challenging strategy game for 2. Yeah, it's fantastic. And I also love that it says the humans, like in the back it says HOO, mans, humans, you know, so they're hanging ornaments in the high burrows of the tree. It's got 4 different levels, so you're moving cats up and down levels, knocking down ornaments. I mean, come on. Fantastic. Well done, Scott. Well done. Can't wait to play that. All right, let's talk about another Allplay game. This might be my last Allplay game. I love Allplay. Through the Desert. This is one that I wanted to back as well, but I didn't. I just forgot, honestly. And so they were luckily so nice to let me have a copy of this. And Allplay does great games, as you already know. I've already said it, blah, 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 blah. But this is really cool because the components are dope. I mean, you've got these camels, and you know, you can put people on them. You put people on camels in a board game. Pretty cool. The board's pretty big from what I remember seeing at the demo table. A lot of people were demoing it out. It says you place out caravan leaders, you use camels to make routes to the oasis, you claim valuable watering holes, you carve out territories in the desert, and you watch out for other caravans. So kind of Ticket to Ride, right? You're creating routes, but it's all hexagon, and you're able to have a caravan leader with a person on it, and I mean, just looks great. Art looks great. It says a strategy line. I didn't even see this in the other ones. So I'm actually going to be, let's look at this real quick. So I noticed it says the strategy line for Allplay. This says fun for everyone. So if you look up here, you can see, I don't know if it's going to focus for you, but there it says the strategy line. And then here on River Valley Glassworks, it says fun for everyone. So I think Allplay is doing a pretty cool thing here. Habitats was when they were board game tables. I think Bytes was too, so won't have it. But that's pretty cool that it's kind of telling you what type of a game it is so you can plan for that. They're just great at marketing. Great all around. Okay, we're getting into the big games. I'm gonna save some of these because I did a really cool thing with them. Let's get into this one here. This one is called Wild Flowers. Now, Wild Flowers is one of my must cops for GenCon. I saw this being previewed on BGG Hot List, and I thought, man, I gotta get my hands on some Wild Flowers. Look at that box cover, it's dope. But even better is the back, and you kind of see some components. I got a chance to demo this there at GenCon. Really, really cool strategy. The board is really pretty. So you're basically trying to build flowers and put your bees on flowers to claim them according to the objectives that you have. And so a lot of times you might find on Etsy or third-party sites where they're creating, or even like board game tables themselves, where you have these cards that get put on the table and you don't have to hold them in your hand so you can play the game. But what's cool about Wild Flowers is that it just gives that to you. Like, you just get it, you know? It's part of the 3D mold. So you can just play the game. It's $20, $22, $25. Like, there's a lot of good for that, $25. Plays 8 and up, solo it, 20, 45 minutes, 1 to 4. It looked really fun. I love the components. So yeah, really excited about Wild Flowers. And that is from Moose Games. Moose Games. Make sure I say that from everybody. Okay. What's next? Okay, let's talk about New Kingdom Gardeners. All right, and while we're at it, let's just go ahead and break out the whole New Kingdom set here. So, New Kingdom Gardeners, this is such an awesome game from my friend at New Kingdom Gaming, Jack Dunbar. So Jack, one fantastic guy. He's brilliantly smart, and also this game is super thematic. I cannot wait to play this. I backed it on Kickstarter, and I had to pick up a copy. I backed the print and play version of it because I wanted to buy the physical copy from him. We were friends online and got to finally meet in person at GenCon, which was pretty amazing. But in this game, what you're trying to do is you're just tending to your garden. And so it's got a lot of cool theme to it where, you know, it's got a Christian theme to it, and you are trying to, you know, tend to the master's garden. And so you've got these awesome components with these doves and these flowers and these boards, these cards. And so you're tending to your garden, but you also can help stop, you know, thorns and weeds and things from going into others' gardens. It's actually beneficial for you to help others, which Jack has done a great job of designing a game that is like it's competitive, but you benefit from helping others more than helping yourself. So it's really cool in that way. I can't wait to play this game, and I'm going to circulate this, you know, amongst church members and everything. So really excited about that. Also was able to pick up the art booklet because the art in this game is amazing. One thing about this game that I love is that Jack really put a focus on diversity. So there's a lot of really great characters in this game. There are, you know, people from every ethnicity and race. And so it's just really, really affirming in that way. And I picked up the Inspired expansion, so a little promo pack, and then Sowers, which is in the same world as New Kingdom Gardeners. And Sowers is more of a card game. It's a 1 to 2 player card game. And so it's about the parable of the sower and Matthew. And yeah, it's got different zones you're playing on. You're basically tending to a specific, you know, place instead of multiple gardens. And so this was another successful one. He's got another game that he just did called Prestige that just funded successfully on BackerKit. Definitely check out New Kingdom Gaming. Great publisher, great people, great games. All around fantastic. Can't speak more highly of them. Okay, let's talk about some of the big games. We're getting into the bigger ones. Oh, here we go. Age of Comics. Yes, this is a game that I picked up from my friend Chris because he desperately wanted this. We're both comic people. This is from Lyrius Games. This game looks amazing. It's chunky, it's big. I don't know a lot about it because he told me I had to get it. I knew about it, but I don't know a lot about how it plays. I know that you are trying to run a comic studio and you're kind of in the golden years of the comics. So I think it's, meant to be sort of an older time frame, and you're doing some worker placement and you're running this publishing company and you're just trying to make the most money publishing comics. So there's no Spider-Man, Batman, none of that stuff in here. But it does have all things. It says superheroes, romance, crime, sci-fi, western, horror, whatever you want to do, you make your own industry mogul. So it's a chunky game. It goes from 60 to 110 minutes. So yeah, Chris and I will be playing this. I don't think that his wife is going to play this. This is going to be a me and Chris game. But we love comics. We love these kind of games. So hopefully this stack stays up. Okay. So the next game is one that I'm pretty excited about. It was definitely on my must-cop list for the convention. It's called Post Office. And it's kind of a random game, honestly, but I am a sucker for minimalist art and a unique theme and a simple to play, especially a tile laying game. I recently played, Penny Black with stamps, and so I guess I'm on a mail kick right now, but I saw this game and I thought I have to have it, and I'm not missing my chance to get it. And so, yeah, it's a tile laying game, and so you're moving a sort of standee around, gathering different packages, and you're putting them onto your player board. And if you match the same color package, I believe then you get to tape it together so it doesn't get lost, which is kind of preserving points. So yeah, you move your system along the shelves, you get to a column or row where you can place it, and the packages make the same shape with the same color, tape them up. I don't know. I just really love this style. I love the way this looks, and that is Post Office from Hobby World. So yeah, it says board game about a usual day at an unusual post office. It's got a cat, pigeon, mice. What's there not to love? And a witch. It's great. Well, a kid with a witch hat. So yeah, let's take it back to the yacht. This game is called Stalk Exchange. So I was able to pick this one up, like I said, from the op. And honestly, I didn't know a ton about it. I'd seen a few reviews, and it is, a beautiful cover. I picked this one up from my friend Chris. He is really into economic games. He likes things I think it's Raccoon Tycoon. Really into that game, and so this one's got a lot of things going on with it, with kind of like a stock market in a sense. And so you're growing a market of flowers, you're increasing their value, you're using some really cool components, and it's got some heft to it. And so you get a little bit of a look on the back. It's by Christopher Chan, and if a game has got some Chris connection, I'ma support him. So I think this looks really cool. Feels like a really solid big box game. It plays in 45 minutes. I've heard a lot of really good things about it. I think the brothers Mirth, they had mentioned some good stuff about it. So I'm really excited for him to get that. I think he will enjoy that game, and that is Stalk Exchange. These stacks are getting a bit out of hand, so hopefully all this fall stays up. I'm excited to talk about this next thing that I did. So at the convention, they've got various mystery boxes that you can purchase. So some booths have got mystery boxes where you spend $60 and you get to pick 3 games, small, medium, large, or whatever, and it's worth a certain value. Some of them are, $60 and 4 games. Me and my friends purchased a mystery box that's $50 and you get like a $200 value for it. We unboxed it there live in GenCon in the hall, and it was super exciting, super fun to do. And so I'm gonna walk you through what games I got out of there, and let's just kind of see what we got. I know, I'm curious if any of y'all have played these games, let me know. So the most well-known game that I got out of that mystery box was Sanssouci. So Sanssouci is a very popular game. I think this is the first edition, and they came out with a second edition recently on Kickstarter, I believe, by Imperial Publishing. And this game, the box cover is fantastic. It looks beautiful. It's got a Dice Tower seal of approval from Michael Kiesling. And one thing that I've heard about this game is that it's got some good decision making in it. And so the back says, King Frederick IV wants to remodel the summer palace built by his uncle Frederick the Great, but you are going to help basically plan it out. And so, you're going to be spending turns, I guess, doing some tile laying, doing some card play. Looks like you're drawing things out of a bag. It's got a lot of wooden tokens in it, and it comes with 2 mini expansions. So I feel like if they were able to do a second edition, that means the first edition was really good. I've heard about this game a lot. I haven't ever had a reason to get it, so getting it in a mystery box is pretty fun. So this alone is almost worth the $50 in my opinion. All right, we'll keep stacking up this crazy stack of games here. That is definitely off balance. All right, maybe let's just do it like this. That seems safer. Yeah, much safer. Okay. The next game I got in the mystery box is called Vienna. Don't know a thing about this game. Couldn't tell you anything about it. It's a mystery box, $50. I'd say it's a win. It's published by Schmidt, which, if you're a fan of New Girl, I guess this is a good thing. TMG also, I've got a few TMG games in here. So Vienna looks like it's set in the 19th century, and it says, for the first time you gaze in awe at the magnificent buildings of the old imperial city from your couch window, overwhelmed by all the possibilities that the metropolis has to offer. You begin to ask yourself sorts of questions. Where you should place your dice so you end up with the most victory points. Should you go after quick rewards? That's funny. So it's got a lot of dice placement. Looks old school. It also comes with a day and a nighttime side, which I think is pretty interesting. So yeah, Vienna. We'll see. I'll play it. This is another game I got in the mystery box called Bamboo Bash. And honestly, this game looks like a banger. I was told when I got it out that it was basically Jenga-esque, and it even says "Welcome, Hungry Panda" on the back side of it. And so I think what you're trying to do here is you're building up bamboo, and you're using sort of like this panda claw, and you're knocking off bamboo pieces and trying not to knock it down. Who knows? It looks super cute, looks super fun. 15 minutes, age 7 and up. It's gonna hit. I just know it is. It's Bamboo Bash. Who doesn't love a panda at the zoo? Come on. The next game in the mystery box I got is called Poetry Slam. Now, this is actually pretty interesting because this is a party game, and this is the Kickstarter Deluxe Edition. So, haven't heard of this game. It's from Mayday. It is 3 to 10 players. So, 10 players can play this game, which is pretty great if you want to do a party game. It says, dummy up, beatnik, step out of Squaresville and groove on down to the hip Poetry Slam. All right, so I'm in already. I love some good puns. And yeah, it's got foil cards, custom pencils, player screens, score pads. It's got some heft to it, some really cool little art on the side of it. So yeah, Poetry Slam, and sounds like metal. I mean, that alone, that's a win. That's an easy win. Mystery box, easy win. And this stack is unbearably tall. So, we've got some odd ones here from the mystery box. I've got this game also in it called Jungly Law there. It says, adventure, you are search in the fabled cities of gold deep in the jungle. Roll dice to gather supplies, move deeper into the jungle, and list the services of assistance in your quest, and of course, collect treasure. So I've got some dice, some movement, some tokens. Who knows? I literally couldn't tell you. It's from TMG. This definitely feels like, hey, let's throw a box in here because it's a mystery box, and I'm not even mad at it. I'll play it. The next game in the mystery box is called Walk the Plank. It is another one from Mayday, and yeah, it is the deluxe edition in a 10-can box. I don't typically like 10 boxes, you know, it's not my thing. It's 3 to 5, again, not my thing. 6 and up, I don't have any kids, but I'm sure that this would be fun to play with them. Basically, you are trying to get your players, you are pirates, and you're trying to get other people to walk the plank. I mean, pretty simple, you know. You want people to fall into the ocean to their doom. It's pirates. Mystery box. It's a win. I don't know if I'll ever play it, but I got it. Another one from the mystery box is probably the weirdest one, honestly. It's called a White Hat. Now, this is an odd shaped box. The back of it is about like crypto. It's kind of weird because like this is the front and then you flip it over and you have to do it the opposite way. But it's soloable, so maybe I'll play it. Winter is fast approaching and it's the time for hats, but not the hats like the ones worn by those who risk their wits and their morals to mine sensitive data from cybersecurity. I don't know what's going on. Who knows? If you've played this game, let me know. This game looks crazy. I'm so curious about it. I have no idea what's going on in it. Cybersecurity, why is it called White Hats? I don't know, I'll look it up. I appreciate them being in the box though. And that's what I got in the mystery box, which is a pretty good haul for $50, I'd say, especially at GenCon, the biggest board game convention there is. So we've only got a few more games here, and I failed to mention, this is the Lure promo pack. Yeah, so when you get the promo pack, you get additional dice. So you get those D4s, which are super cute, and some more cards. So Lure promo pack. Let's talk about this next one here called Balloon Pop. So Balloon Pop, it is from Lauta Pelitfi? Ah, man, I don't know. Look, I can't. It's French or it's something. I'm sorry. I wish I knew how to pronounce it. Maybe I should have looked it up. But regardless, I got to look at it while it was on the table and it looked amazing. I love that box cover. It pops. I'm sorry. Okay, so Balloon Pop is pretty cool. It's sort of like backwards Tetris. And so you're playing cards to draft these dice balloons, and you put them on your player board, and then they rise up to the top of your player board. And then you want to connect different colors so they pop. Some balloons are aggressive balloons, and so they pop immediately. And yeah, the dice are really cool because they have a matte finish on them, so they look like balloons, and that's what attracted me. I'm a sucker for dice games. I love dice. And yeah, it was an instant buy for me once I saw it. It's also got a cool thing called Diced tutorial. Now this is going to actually walk you through how to play games virtually. So you don't have to watch YouTube videos on how to play. You can kind of play while this system teaches you. So it's another way to learn how to play games. I'm down. I'm really excited to try that out. The demos look cool at GenCon. Oh boy, that's definitely gonna fall. Okay, only 2 more games left. This next game is called Eternal Palace. So Eternal Palace is from Alley Cat Games, and I walked by this and I just love, Asian culture. I love painting, and this called out to me. So my mom, she is an artist, She's one of the most incredible painters I've ever seen. And so when I saw this, I was like, man, this would be really fun. And yeah, I mean, the board looks great. It's got some dice worker placement. It says it's highly interactive dice placement Euro. You assign workers to locations based on their value, and you'll be able to visit locations to gain resources, rebuild monuments, and gather painting pieces for your masterpiece. The Eternal Palace has fallen into despair, and we need to, fix it. And I am the man for the job. I'll say that. I'm really excited about this game. Here's a look at the back. It called out to me, and I got it on a little deal. I think it was $20-25 because it was the last day. That is a tip for you going to other future conventions. If you go on Sunday, Family Day, you can usually find some good deals because people want to get rid of their inventory. They do not want inventory to stay with them. It costs a lot of money to ship stuff back. So support your businesses. Okay, we gotta fix this. There we go. This whole left side, overwhelming. Okay, we're almost done. Oh, when I bought this is it here. I got a little promo pack called Pier 18. So you spun a wheel and then you got to win a free game. And Pier 18 is a card drafting, card layer in game. I like Piers. I had a lot of fun winning high school on Piers. So yeah, free game. Why not? The final thing that I picked up. Oh, the biggest game that I picked up at GenCon. Shogun No Katana. And this is from Placentia Games, Postscriptum. I don't know whose booth I bought it from. It's published in 2001, but I've had my eye on it for a while. I saw a video from Thinker Themer, who are some fantastic content creators. If you have found me, you probably already know about them. They are awesome. Every time I get, if I see them walking around at a convention, I'm like fangirling a little bit. So they're super cool. But Shogun No Katana, this looks like such a great game. I love the art. Again, I love Asian culture. And so what you're doing is you are, crafting swords for, different people, and hopefully the Shogun. And it's got a really cool mechanic where you have this player board and you're trying to, craft these swords, and you have the ingredients for the sword. And as you're adding it, it's moving left to right on your board, but also up and down, and you have multiple of them. And so as they're moving, they could be colliding and they could break. So that just looks great. The art is fantastic. And I picked up an additional wandering character, the geisha. So yeah, I love the minis. Super cool. And yeah, that is the final game in my haul. I picked up a couple other random things. I got a promo pack of Jean Grey for a game that I won't ever play because I don't have it. I don't even know what the game is for. Got a Gnome Hollow pin. So that's probably not going to be clear on the camera. Whatever. Got Gnome Hollow pin. It's pretty cool. And this is what I like about Keymaster. They said they had a little misprint on the Parks Roll and Hike thing, the game. So they, printed a new one, and they got me a little Roll and Hike thing. So pretty great. And that is my GenCon haul. Let me know in the comments what games you might have picked up at GenCon. Let me know if you bought any of these that I got. I think I got games that people normally don't purchase. So I love kind of being a little bit different in that way. So yeah, let me know what you picked up. Let me know if you would love some specific coverage on any of these games. Want me to do an unboxing or do some solo play, or have a friend over and we can play it together. So yeah, appreciate you checking out this video and sticking with me. I hope you enjoyed the vibe and the music. Trying to vibe out while we hang out. So It's been a lot of fun doing this, and I plan to do this every time I go to a convention, pick up more games, and really excited to kind of kick off the channel with this big haul. So yeah, like and subscribe if you had a good time. Come hang more in the game room, and remember, stay nerdy. Keep that soul dirty.